The Snell MTB Black just went toe-to-toe with the legendary Titleist Pro V1 in our lab in a true David versus Goliath showdown. And honestly, the results surprised even us. Welcome to the Explainer.
Here is the absolute bottom line for you. The Snell matched the Pro V1 in performance, but it costs $23 less per dozen. If you're a mid-handicapper who's tired of dropping $55 for every dozen, this comparison could literally save you hundreds of dollars a year without giving up a single ounce of performance.
Okay, so let's dive into the setup. We really wanted to know if that lower direct-to-consumer price actually meant lower performance. So we tested both balls exactly the same way. We hit both balls on the exact same launch monitor at the exact same swing speed on the exact same day. Our testing protocol is strict, meaning what you're getting here is pure facts.
Section 1. Contender Specs. 3-piece urethane balls.
Now, as you know, the Titleist Pro V1 has been the gold standard for years. It features a compression right around 87 to 90 and uses a 388 dimple pattern. But Snell, which was actually built by the co-designer of the original Pro V1, uses the exact same cast urethane cover, but drops the compression down to that 75 to 80 range, meaning it's going to feel a bit softer off the club face. It also runs a 360 dimple pattern, and because Snell sells directly to you, there is absolutely zero retail markup.
Section 2. Driver testing. Distance and spin data. We kicked off our testing with the driver. We locked in a 92 mph swing speed, which is right in the wheelhouse for most mid-handicappers. Off the face, both of these balls launched at almost identical angles, right around 14 degrees, and their ball speeds were practically neck and neck, coming in within half a mile per hour of each other.
But here's where we start to see a shift. The Pro V1 averaged 2,650 RPM of spin. The Snell MTB Black came in at 2,480. That difference in RPM is exactly what separates them off the tee.
So the crucial point is what that spin does to distance. That lower spin gave the Snell an extra 3 yards of carry on average. Total distance, the Pro V1 averaged 268 yards. The Snell MTB Black averaged 271 yards. Now that might not seem massive on just one hole, but when you're playing 36 holes a weekend and you're trying to clear a fairway bunker, those extra yards definitely add up.
But here is where it gets really interesting. The driver is just one part of the equation. The winner of this showdown might surprise you as we get closer to the pin, so stay with us.
Section 3. Iron and wedge tests. Approach game data.
Moving down to the 7-iron, we maintain the exact same swing speed and attack angle. The Pro V1 launched slightly lower and spun about 400 RPM more than the Snell. Because of that, the Snell MTB Black carried 3 yards farther on average. It hit 171 yards compared to 168 yards for the Pro V1, and it actually landed softer because of that lower spin.
From exactly 100 yards out with a gap wedge, both balls delivered amazing stopping power. The Pro V1 averaged 9,100 RPM of spin, but the Snell MTB Black hit 9,300. Yeah, the Snell actually generated slightly more greenside spin. On the green, both balls checked hard when we needed them to and released perfectly for bump and runs.
Section 4. Putting green data. Evaluating feel and roll. You honestly won't believe how close this was. 25-foot putts with both balls felt nearly identical. The Snell actually rolled out just a fraction straighter on our indoor green, though to be fair, that could just be minor green variance. The feel off the putter face was beautifully soft on both of them. It's exactly what you want from a premium urethane ball. Section 5. Final lab results. Full bag data.
Looking at the full bag, the results are pretty staggering. With the driver, Snell squeezed out 3 more yards at 271 versus 268. With the 7-iron, Snell carried 171 yards compared to the Pro V1's 168. And with the gap wedge, Snell edged out the Pro V1 in spin 9,300 RPM to 9,100 RPM. Both balls performed like true tour-level options. The Snell actually showed a slight edge in distance off the driver and 7-iron while completely matching or exceeding the Pro V1 in short game spin.
Which brings us to the only real difference we actually found. At $32 a dozen versus $55 a dozen, the Snell MTB Black is a full $23 cheaper.
Section 6. The final verdict. Which ball wins?
Listen, if you play a lot of tournaments, you want the most consistent availability at every single pro shop, or you just prefer the brand name and the exact flight you're already used to, stick with the Titleist Pro V1. But if your swing speed sits between 85 and 95 miles per hour and you want maximum value, our verdict is clear. Buy the Snell MTB Black. It is the absolute winner for mid-handicappers wanting to keep more money in their pocket. You are not sacrificing distance or control. You are just paying less for the exact same result.
Data, not opinion.
So here is my question for you as we close out this explainer. Have you ever tried a direct-to-consumer ball like the Snell MTB Black, or are you still super loyal to the big brands? Drop your current ball and your handicap in the comments below. I read every single one. If this data helped you make a smarter decision on your next dozen, hit subscribe. We test equipment constantly so you never waste your money on the wrong gear. And next up, we're putting the Snell MTB-X against the Titleist Pro V1X, the firmer versions of both balls. The results might surprise you even more than this one did. I will see you in